Welcome to I Am the Cute One, the most chaotic school dance in the podcast universe.
Listen, you got through the week like we got through 9/11.
And a recession.
And the Special K diet.
And the time that James Franco hosted the Oscars.
And Ben Platt's wig and Dear Evan Hansen.
TGIF.
Hello, I am Donnie and I am the cute one.
And I'm Chelsea and I'm the cute one.
TGIF, cuties.
TGIF.
It's been a week. Both for the world and both for us.
Yeah, I chopped 6 inches off my hair, so you can tell my mental status.
Wait, can I see it? Is it showing?
I mean, it's like, here.
Okay,
it's a little flat from my headphones right now, but yeah.
There were so many people, when I reposted it and said, if you like it, I love it. There were so many people that wanted me to be on board. And they were like, I think it's cute. And I was like, great. We're all allowed to have our opinions. But with that said, I really liked that picture yesterday.
Well, it has been being flattened by this headphones because we just recorded our bonus episode. We're covering Gossip Girl. So it's a little flat right now. I love it.
I like a kitty cut. It's like Lucy Hale.
I love it, and I feel like it's really healthy. And anytime I do a big chop, they say that hair holds memories, and so it feels like I'm ready for a change. What are you doing?
Maybe that's why the Gossip Girl episode was the way it was, because you don't have memories floating around in that head.
We don't got a single thought in that brain. Where are you going?
I'm here.
The way you just popped up on screen was like, you know, during COVID when all of the news reporters and people were trying to do their news reports like from their offices and like various like cats or children would like pop up on screen. Anyway, I love my hair and I think it's very sweet, Donnie, that I know you hate it, but you've been trying very hard to make fun of it in a gentle way. And to that I say, I love it enough that you can go full force. It's not going to affect me because I really do love it.
Remember when you told our friend that on a scale of 1 to 10, how serious? Remember?
Yeah, I was giving her advice and I said, on a scale of 1 to 10, how blunt can I be?
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to overstep when someone's going through it. You can be a 10. That's fine.
Okay, the picture I loved. It really is Lucy Hale on the Teen Choice Award red carpet, which sounds derogatory, but I mean it complimentary. But today, it is because of the headphones. It is hard for me to see the full picture. Because when you said you chopped 6 inches off and had a short haircut, this is what I pictured.
Like
so
the
now for me to
flatness
be
of it.
validated is scaring me. But I do believe we'll get back to where we were.
And even in the flatness of it, I am like changing up my part so it's not center part. I think if it was center part and flat, it's full Severus Snape, but I've been like moving it around and she gave me, I love my hairstylist because when I was there, and this might reassure you a little bit, she was like, my client after you cancel, I would usually blow dry it and curl it and do all the things and you would walk out of here looking great, but let's take the time to let it air dry so that we see what you're going to be walking around looking like. And so the picture yesterday, it was air dried. So
well,
it is
good.
bouncier, but then since then I have slept on it and then put on headphones. So
That's fair.
in conclusion, it was a big week for me. Chopped my hair and I went back to the dentist for my 3-month follow-up from my deep clean. And I don't mean to brag. Went there, got a cleaning, didn't cry at all.
Whoa.
First time in my life.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Of course.
The other thing that happened this week is I am so fucked, Donnie.
Why?
Because Coco came home. She gave me a little riddle, and here, I'll do it for you. Can you say, I hate happiness without any of the H's?
I ate happiness.
You ate a penis? Uh-huh.
How old is she?
She's 8. She's in 3rd grade. And you could tell, like, the way that she stood 10 toes down saying that to her mother. You could tell somebody had done it to her at school. There had been a big reaction. Everybody laughed. And she knows penis. She knows vagina. So you could tell that she knew in theory it was funny. But we had to talk about reading the room. And we had to have a conversation about comedy and knowing your audience. And I said, this is one of those things that, you know, it's not appropriate to say to your mother.
But why not?
I mean, I guess it's better that I know what she's hearing.
Did you laugh?
It was in the kitchen. Like, Dr. Bald was cooking dinner, and I was sitting doing homework with them. And I don't know if I laughed, but I think I guffawed. I think guffaw would be the proper description of what I did. And then I looked at Dr. Bald, and he was like frying pan in hand, spatula in the other, like frozen. And looked at me, and we just like locked eyes and had like a silent ESP conversation of like, which one of us is going to handle this? And I just said, hey, it's not appropriate. I can understand why you think it's funny, but you need to read the room.
First of all, was Sapphire in the room?
Yes.
Did she say anything?
You know what she did, Donnie. She was sitting there coloring. She popped right up. She's like pretending not to look and listen, just coloring, taking it all in. She is the bone collector. She is taking it all in, and she is just filing all this information for when she needs it.
Thank God she said it this week and not when I'm there with you, because I would have had to leave the room because I would have sounded like the penguin from Toy Story that has his squeaker broken. I wouldn't have been able to control myself.
Yeah. So this was the first, like, we've cracked the door open to big kid things of being exposed to things at school, because you might remember, for whatever reason, we have made it to this stage of them truly thinking that the worst curse words you can say are stupid and hate. And they hear us using other curse words, and they do know about the middle finger because they have accidentally done it. And so then now Sapphire will go out of her way. Like, if she pointed at something, she'll be like, I didn't use my middle finger. So they know about like stuff like that. But this was the first instance of not only did she get me, like I said the thing, I said I ate a penis to my daughter, but also her reaction of like, you ate a penis. I was gobsmacked, Donnie.
Oh my God. In elementary school, I called my dad a pussy and he got so mad.
When I found out what a blowjob was, I turned to my mom and I said, have you ever done a blowjob? And she said, Chelsea, I'm not going to answer that. How would you ever be able to look at your father again if you knew that I gave him a blowjob? And I said, well, it didn't have to be to him.
My parents used to tell me that my mom took my dad's virginity, and I don't know if they were trying to, like, say, you know, wait for love, wait for marriage, whatever, but they never flipped it.
That feels like a true story.
I think it is. Oh, poor thing. That explains a lot. Speaking of Christmas, I saw a meme the other day that said, what?
I love our show. I saw a meme the other day that really stuck with me. Let me break it down for you.
I saw a meme the other day that said something about Jesus being a Pisces. So then I was like, oh, ha, ha, ha. So then I clicked on it and read the comments, and people were like, oh, him crashing out at the temple and like flipping all the tables over makes a lot more sense, knowing that he was Pisces Aries cusp.
Him throwing a dinner party where he's dropping hints, one of you will betray me. I mean, that is literally a murder mystery dinner party.
I looked it up. Jesus' real birthday. So for those of you who don't know, Jesus was born in the spring. I learned this in Sunday school, in elementary school. Bible historians know that Jesus was born in the spring.
But then they saw the pagans and they were like, we should steal that.
Yes, it was easier to bring the holiday to the masses because it was already being celebrated.
Is that how they framed it? They were like, it's not cultural appropriation. We're just yes-anding.
Oh, is it cultural appropriation?
No, but they were taking from the pagans. Like, they saw a holiday and they were like, we will take this and make it ours and then try to indoctrinate all of these people. Or, you know, maybe spreading the good word, as your Sunday school teacher might have said.
Yeah, but Jesus, the actual person, was born in the spring because the shepherds that came to see him were on lamb duty. You don't have lamb duty in the winter, so it must have been the spring.
And the drummer boy was just getting ready for his spring concert.
Recital, exactly.
Pum.
That's the Ashley Simpson one. Come, they tell me. Okay, so I looked it up, and Jesus's actual birthday is March 20th.
Oh, God.
So because me and Jesus share the same birthday, I want to know, what do you think I have in common with Jesus? You can't say the beard, and you can't say that we're both hung, but you can say it has to be personality-based.
Well, You have a lot of followers.
Oh, uh-huh.
Jesus also hung out with sinners, and we do this podcast together.
Yeah, a prostitute of my very own.
Mm-hmm. I think Jesus hated short-haired women, famously. I think that was the Book of George. Maybe it was the Book of Ringo. I'm not sure. You have an interesting relationship with your father.
True, uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. No offense to old Don Hadfield, but your dad would sacrifice you to the world.
He would. And I would come back 3 days later and say, surprise, bitch.
I think that that's the main one. I think that you do love a reveal. And I think that there is nothing more Donnie than somebody going into the cave to discover, wait, where is he? He's gone. Just for you to be walking around the land of the living.
Wake up, dead man. That's me. Okay, one more thing I want to talk about. I also went to a Christmas party with my friends, and I brought my boyfriend, and we did a white elephant.
Was this everybody's first time meeting him?
Yeah. It was a success.
Yeah.
And he was good at playing traitors.
Well, thank God.
And on the car ride home, he told me, I really thought you were a traitor the second round. I thought I heard you smile, which... Beautiful. He said, I thought I heard you smile, but I wasn't going to turn on you anyway. Now that is romance.
Well, that is a man who has not spent enough time with you yet. Because
No, I told him the same thing. I told him I operate the same way. Because, Chelsea, if I was a traitor and he was a faithful, if I keep my eye out for him, and we're the final two, I still win.
No, but you being a traitor, was he a traitor?
No.
Yeah, that's a completely different situation. You would bring him along because it's manipulative. He was not going to turn on you even though he thought you were a traitor because he's prioritizing you in the game over himself. This is just a man that hasn't been around long enough. I remember your ex-husband pulling me to the side during my first Donnie Appreciation Month and said, oh, you sweet summer child, this is just your first time. And I think that, now as the current reigning work husband, when I meet him, I'm going to have to pull him aside and say, so listen, he is going to throw you under the bus anytime you play traitors with him. You got to watch out for him.
Don't do that. But also, I will say I did teach him that everything is a reality show moment if you want it to be. For instance, we did a white elephant. The theme this year was Christmas ornament. So everybody brought a Christmas ornament. Mm-hmm. The one I brought was Leah Michelle Book Club. I Am the Cute One merchandise.
Love that.
It was well received. Everybody loved it.
Etsy.com/shop/I Am the Cute One podcast to get yours.
Perfect. So I brought that, and then he brought Avatar Last Airbender one. Our friend Sarah opened the Avatar Last Airbender one. I opened one that was a polar bear in a thong and and like he was really physically fit and a Santa hat. And I love a sexy Santa. I love a cartoon.
A bear.
Well, jungle felines are my favorite. But
well, we all have our specificities, but I would say you love a cartoon carnivore.
So how we do it is you're allowed to steal a gift twice. Once a gift is stolen twice, it's off the market. And I loved my polar bear in the thong and Santa hat. So I said, please do not take this. And even when I opened it, the person who bought it said, oh, I was hoping you'd get that. So this was fate. So I said, I am not stealing. But with that said, please do not steal this. So then I number 1, went around 2, 3, 4, 5 happened. My boyfriend was number 6. He said, I know that I brought it, but I really want the Avatar one. He said, it doesn't seem like anyone else is excited about this thing as me. He said, I picked it because I really love it, but it doesn't seem to be the vibe of this group. So I want to steal my own ornament back. So he took the Avatar one. So then he had the Avatar one. I had the polar bear. We went around, and then my one friend, Madison, said, I like chaos, and took the polar bear. So then the polar bear had been stolen once. So then we came back to me, number 1.
Can I predict what you're going to do?
Uh-huh.
You stole from your boyfriend.
Uh-huh.
And then he stole from Madison. So then that was the second one. It locks it in. And then you guys are boyfriends. You just swap at home.
Uh-huh.
I love that.
Also, the Avatar one was also the second steal. So both of the ones we wanted were locked in.
I love that. That's sick that I knew.
I know. And when I stole the Avatar one, everybody knew. Because I didn't even discuss it with my boyfriend. I stole it from him, and he said, oh, I'm locked in. And then as he was saying that, Madison said, I know what's going on here. And I was like, well.
But see, that's where she fumbled the bag because, yes, you probably could have shouted across and said, take that from her. But this is a man who later we would learn wasn't going to turn on you even though he heard you smile and thought you were a traitor. And it was his first time meeting everybody. He may not have wanted to steal from the girl who proclaimed the love of chaos.
You know what? That's very true.
So let's move on to recommendations.
Sure. I watched Oh, What Fun on Amazon Prime. And Chelsea, oh, what fun it was. It was Michelle Pfeiffer as a mom who works so hard every year to make sure Christmas is perfect for her family. But to the point where, like, her family just, like, expects it now. And they're like, oh, this is what Christmas is.
Like when Sapphire turned to me this week, Donnie, do you know what she said?
Oh, God, no.
She said, Mommy, when are you going to put up Christmas things? May I remind the cuties?
Yeah.
My house is a winter wonderland right now. Also, I put up Christmas lights outside this week in the freezing cold, 9 degrees in Maryland as we speak. And I said, I'm sorry, what? Now, I did get to the bottom of it, and she's been noticing the big inflatable Christmas ornaments in other people's lawns. So she meant that, and I was like, never. Sorry, not going to be our Christmas. First of all, we don't have working outlets on the outside. We've got solar-powered lights. So I think I might resonate with Michelle Pfeiffer in this film.
Yeah, well, that is chilling that she said that. So Michelle Pfeiffer is being taken for granted by her family, and all she wants is to be on the holiday special of her favorite talk show, hosted by Eva Longoria, where Eva Longoria has on moms that make Christmas wonderful for their families. So then on Christmas Eve, when it's announced who's going to be on the show, she's not picked and she snaps.
I love that.
Yeah, it was so good. Eva Longoria is in it, obviously. Michelle Pfeiffer, Chloe Grace Moritz is one of the daughters. Danielle Brooks from Orange is the New Black. She was a truck driver that she encounters along the way. It was great.
I love that we are getting like high quality, campy Christmas movies from each streaming platform.
Me too.
They're understanding it finally. Because we either need it to be a family stone or we need it to be an oh, what fun. There's two types of Christmas movies, and it either needs to be perfect or it needs to be unhinged and campy and like make you feel good, make you laugh, but like we're not looking for production value.
Yeah, like A Christmas with the Cranks or Deck the Halls, like those ones were in theaters. And Oh, What Fun felt like it could have been in theaters.
Okay, I'll have to add that to my list.
Yeah, I loved it.
My recommendations, I have started Brimstone, the sequel to Quicksilver, the book I've been talking about. Let me tell you, the plot doesn't get any less convoluted. We have introduced a whole lot. I'm 6 chapters in, so I'll keep you posted with that one. And then my other recommendation, if you are not subscribed to The Dropout, D20 just announced their new campaign, and all of the people playing this latest round of Dungeons and Dragons, it's like this cast was made specifically for me. So if you watch the campaigns, please slide into my DMs so we can talk about it, because I can't in good faith be talking to Donnie about it each and every week.
Well, I don't mind. I like Dungeons and Dragons. But they do need to change their name. Oh, also, whatever's happening right now with my sinuses, where it's like making me have a speech impediment, I met one of my boyfriend's friends while my nose was like this, and I said, hi, I'm Donnie. And he said, he said, Dolly? I said, no, But now I'm not talking to you ever again.
Maybe I'll start calling you Dolly. You're my little Dolly. Okay. On that note, one more reminder. We are over on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell button so you're notified when we go live in the future. Speaking of which, Patreon cuties, I want to make sure we say this now. We will be doing another cutie happy hour event when Donnie is in town visiting me. So make sure you're subscribed to patreon.com/IamTheCuteOne. It's a wonderful time. It is not recorded. We spill the tea. You guys get to ask us questions that we always refuse to answer on air. I talked last time at length about Dr. Bald's family. So who knows what's going to happen over there. And yeah, make sure you rate us 5 stars. It's the freest way to support us this holiday season. And once again, etsy.com/shop/IamTheCuteOne podcast. Cuties, you know that I frequently talk about how not everyone deserves to have access to thoughts. And most edibles just get me way too high. They make me start spiraling. They make me start contemplating. They make me start wondering. And that's not good for me. Luckily, Lumi gummies always make me feel just right. Constant, mellow, and super delicious, Lumi gummies are specifically designed to make you feel good, not stoned. Whether you're looking for an end-of-day de-stressor, a midday mood boost, or help getting the best sleep ever, Lumi Gummies has a strain that's right for you. I don't know if you've noticed, cuties, but take a look around. The world is a dumpster fire. I have been super stressed. So I took a hybrid strawberry cookies gummy, and I gotta tell you, I cannot remember the last time I was so relaxed. Lumi gummies are available nationwide. Go to lumigummies.com, that's L-U-M-I gummies.com, and use code CUTE1 for 30% off your order. Again, that's L-U-M-I gummies.com, code CUTE1. lumigummies.com, code CUTE1.
All right, cuties. That was the fun half. Now the rest might be a little bleak, so just a warning.
Well, not bleak, but I do want to give the disclaimer that we work hard to thread the needle of acknowledging the dumpster fire outside of our window and then usually shutting the shutters so that we can be silly and be an escape for you guys and turn off our brains and be dumb. But this is our last TGIF of the year before we have our Cuties Choice Awards, so I feel like it's like we've been edging and we finally get to come, you know?
Yeah.
This is just going to be 20 minutes of jizzing all the stuff.
But before we jizz, a lot of bad stuff happened this week that I want to acknowledge. But before we do, cuties, bad stuff is coming. So if you want to be happy, leave now. I'll leave you with this. That's me as a dolly, if you didn't know.
I'm glad you did it again.
Yeah, in case you want to turn it into a soundbite, then you have options.
I am begging you to stop doing that. Because it's not just the sound, which is troubling already. It's the buildup. Like the body starts moving before the sound comes of like, the attitude and gusto you do it with. No, thank you.
The doll has to find you. So that's...
I don't like that.
When I do this is me like imagine my whole body shrinks into a doll baby. That's what I'm doing. And then the arms come out.
I don't like it because it's like the doll is being born. When
like
you
at
do
the Cabbage
this,
Patch Factory.
this is you emerging from the vagina or from the C-section cut.
That's what I really am. Wait until I teach your daughters that.
No, they know about C-sections.
No, I mean how to be the doll baby for you.
And, you know, it does speak to the fact that I thought you were going to sit my daughters down and talk to them about C-sections. And I'm like, oh, no, we've already talked about C-sections. They call my scar the door that they came out of.
Anyway. There were 2 terrible attacks this week. We will list resources below. There was the college shooting, and then there was also the anti-Semitic attacks in Australia. And then on top of all that, Rob Reiner also tragically passed with his wife. Yeah. So we will leave resources in the show notes for the first 2. There are no resources for the 3rd, but I do want to honor him. Chelsea, what are your favorite Rob Reiner works?
Well, of course, he was Jessica Day's dad.
That's how I know him best.
That's how I knew him by face.
Yeah.
And then as I went through his IMDb, I'm like, oh, this man was incredibly important to me.
Yeah.
He created a lot of things, but I knew his face because of New Girl. And then Stand By Me, which I've been bringing up a weird amount lately. And a lot of it has been cut. So I think only the Patreon cuties have known the true extent to which I've brought up Stand By Me just constantly the last couple of months. But I do think that, because you've never seen Stand By Me, right?
Never. It's about boys.
Oh, so that's the reason. Yeah. I do think we need to bump it up our list. I do wonder if our mental state, and I'm using the collective our, but I am pointing that finger, and like Sapphire, I'm pointing this finger, not this finger, but I'm pointing the finger at you. I don't know if your mental state is okay for Stand By Me.
Well, because it's about boys, I think I'll be okay. If like 2 of them die or whatever, crossing a bridge, I won't really care.
Do you know about the bridge scene, or you just pulled that out of your
I pulled it
ass?
out. Yeah.
We are very psychic lately. But I think that Rob Reiner had the ability of capturing a feeling behind something, and then to hear about all of his important work, like all of his advocacy work. And this one hit. This one did hit.
I agree. The Princess Bride, I loved because my father loved it.
Never seen.
Oh, that is a good one. I think you would like it. It's like like horses and fairies and shit like
Does
that.
anybody get trapped in quicksand? Because what I've learned about 90s movies, if there's quicksand, the horse is going down.
Oh, God. What movie's that?
The Never-Ending Story.
Well, I've never seen that.
You've never seen The Never-Ending Story?
Uh-uh.
Oh, my God. Well, the good news about this podcast, Donnie, is that we discover we're never going to run out of material because our Venn diagram of movies we watched as children, just 2 circles.
Very separate. So this week, Titanic announced it was coming to Broadway. Haley Steinfeld revealed her pregnancy. A trailer for the Animal Farm movie dropped, and I won't be seeing it because the animation looks cheap.
That's why you won't be seeing it? Not
Yeah.
the fact that they're creating an animated kids movie of George Orwell's Animal Farm?
Well, they have to learn somehow. Plus, I've never read it.
You were like, twerking pigs, I'm out of here.
Twerking?
There was twerking pigs in the trailer for it.
I didn't watch the trailer. I just saw a still of the pig and knew that it looked like a computer game. So I was like, I'm not watching this.
I love how you are so firm in your convictions. Sonora all over again of you talking so much shit about that movie being nominated, never saw it. You're like, I'm not seeing Animal Farm, not because it's crazy and a direct representation of our late stage capitalist society that they're creating a Pixar movie about it. I'm not seeing it because I saw a screenshot of a still of the trailer and I don't like how it looks.
It looks ugly. One of my friends is a manager somewhere and told me that someone accidentally texted him a picture of a pumpkin with a hole in it that he came all over.
Okay.
And my friend told that story to our friend group. And my first question was like, well, what does he look like? I need to know if this
Why
is
did you
gross
have to
or...
tell me that he was a manager somewhere? Was it his employee that sent this to him?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I thought you were just giving me backstory about this friend.
Oh, no.
Okay.
An employee sent it to him. And my first question was, well, what does he look like? Because that's going to sway if this story is hot or disgusting. And everybody else said, like, no, that shouldn't matter. But it does.
Anyway.
Dick Van Dyke turned 100. Heated Rivalry got picked up for a second season, and because the gays can only have so much representation, Boots, one of the most popular Netflix shows of all time, announced it wasn't coming back for a second season.
Mm-hmm.
And Merriam-Webster named slop as its word of the year, which... Look back at that Animal Farm animation.
Well, maybe they've just heard about Big Brother 40 enough.
Oh, maybe. Let me go first because I'm already angry about Boots, so let me keep my anger aimed at the
Sure.
world. Disney announced a live-action Gaston spin-off to Beauty and the Beast. And here's how I feel. Sick. Because can I just say that we do not need the wicked treatment for every villain ever made? Women, fine. Let's see Maleficent. Let's see Cruella de Vil. I want to see at what point Cruella stopped loving animals and started turning them into coats. You know, like something in this woman snapped because all girls are good girls. But boys, I don't need to see why this piece of shit became a piece of shit. I don't care that his parents didn't love him, you
Look
know?
at you. Pussycat Donnie is back at the end of 2025. We love to see it. Donnie said hashtag shut up men.
Yeah, like we're going to see a little boy Gaston loving to read and then his father ruins him. I don't care.
No, can I tell you his backstory?
Yeah.
His mom did everything for him growing up. He witnessed his dad using weaponized incompetence. Therefore, no woman was ever going to compare to his mom. He's incredibly enmeshed with her. He finds a forum on Reddit that starts to feed into this ideology of the alpha male and how women are entitled and women don't understand men. And then he starts posting about the male loneliness epidemic. And then he gets himself a best friend that he has strange feelings for who just follows him around like a little sycophant. And boom, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Belle's a bitch.
Whoa. Like Gaston.
Okay, so just continuing down this path, we're halfway through the jizz. Let's keep it going. A few final pumps. Oh, no.
Oh, God
That
bless
was
us.
a little too close to the Dolly impersonation for my liking. Vanity Fair gave the White House the Alexis Nyers treatment. Did you see any of this hoopla?
I didn't know what I was looking at. I saw a picture on Instagram that had like 8 very bad headshots.
Yes, the zoomed in
Yes,
headshots.
yeah.
So I want to talk about it in detail because
Okay.
people on social media who are in photography, graphic design, they're breaking down what a brilliant act of resistance this piece was. So I want to give credit. First of all, it was written by Chris Whipple, and the photographer was Christopher Anderson. And if I'm able to, I'm going to post side-by-sides on the YouTube of what I'm talking about with some of these photos. I don't know with copyright. It seems like they've been pretty good about allowing people to repost, I think because it is an act of resistance and they want people to be sharing these images. But they're so powerful, AI could never. This article gave us gems like, I noticed a mousetrap in the corner of Blair's office and was reminded that rodents are the only truly permanent residents of the White House. There are photos of the White House without people in it, and they do such a great job of just capturing the reality. Like, they don't do anything specifically to make it look bad or to make the people look bad. They just didn't do anything to make it look good. So we see things, and I'll put some images here, but we see dirty baseboards. We see clutter. We see so many outlets and cords. It just tells such a story. So I want to start with the picture of JD Vance. So the article reads, JD Vance was our first subject of the day. I'll give you $100 for every person you make look really shitty compared to me, he said as Ben metered the light, and $1,000 if it's Marco, which, okay. And like I said, photographers on Threads are now breaking down the specifics. So Josh J. Wright said, first, let's talk about composition and scale. And this is talking about the J.D. Vance portrait.
Yeah.
A full body portrait shot straight on at roughly chest height camera level. That is a portrait intended to project authority. But the light switch and thermostat are fully visible and intentionally left in frame, and they sit above his shoulder level. That's not a mistake. Those are reference objects. They want you to feel like he's short. Why? Photography isn't about literal measurements, it's about perceived power. Then someone else, the Hazel Hayes, says, okay, fine, we can talk about scale and composition too. First off, placing those subjects against the wall was diabolical. It removes any sense of power or status. It also creates ugly, bulbous shadows, again with the duplicity, and the light switches act as a reference point so there can be no mistaking height. Same goes for chairs and doorways. These people are not in charge. They are toddlers playing dress up while daddy is away.
His shadow here looks like Mr. Munch from Chuck E. Cheese.
So let's move on to Carolyn Levitt, who this in itself should be a reason for a Pulitzer. Her office has a working fireplace and a uniformed guard to light it. The decor, an American flag throw blanket, seasonal pumpkin pillows, invoked a certain live, laugh, lie hominess. On her desk, a Stanley cup and a floral coffee mug sit next to a pink calendar. Sitting below, framed pictures of the president with Levitt and her family were a white orchid, a pink globe, and a Bible open to Proverbs 4. Get wisdom at all costs. PW Tham 11 on Threads did this one. It's the attention to detail that makes these photos a masterclass in FU. For instance, do the lampshade tilts match up? No. Okay, good. The, nah, don't worry about that vase behind her head. The, seriously, don't even bother smoothing out the flag blanket. The, just leave the ass imprint on the cushion. And the, that cord looks important. Best let it be. So again, they just did nothing to make it look good. They captured the reality of the situation. And then lastly, and this is Josh J. White again. Lastly, the Vanity Fair social grid today. These aren't portraits, they're extractions. Extreme crops, faces pushed to the edge, no shoulders, no posture, no environment, just skin, pores, and facial tension. This strips authority and replaces it with vulnerability or even discomfort. They are inviting us to inspect them, not to understand them. Now, the one person who did look good was a Marine that was captured, and the Colness on Thread said, knowing of this incredible portrait photographer and the work he has done, I'm assuming every detail is intentional. The alignment on some of these is so wonky, but it's always crooked, leaning to the right. The Marine's buttons are properly aligned. So the frame, the Marine is upright, and the rest of it is leaning right, which I think is really interesting. And so just to end with one last quote, these people who run the nation, who together are something like Trump's prefrontal cortex, are, in the end, also just office coworkers. So just brilliant, and AI could never.
AI could never. These pictures are great. And Vanity Fair, I have to give it to you again. I wish I would have saw this and understood it when I saw it on Instagram this morning, because I would have made Vanity Fair my cutie of the week. Because you may recall, they are the ones that basically did the same thing with Desperate Housewives.
Right.
They
Alexis
thought-
Nyers, Desperate Housewives.
Was
and
it
now-
Vanity Fair for Alexis Nyers too?
Yes.
Oh, I wouldn't agree to be in Vanity Fair then.
Well, let's move on to the cutie of the week.
All right, I'll keep mine political. Amanda Seyfried is my cutie of the week.
Sure.
She's been on a press tour for The Housemaid, and she's been saying wonderful things. Number one, she said she's pushing for Mamma Mia 3. She said she doesn't care what they need to do plot-wise to bring Meryl back, but bring Meryl back.
Here we go again, one might say.
So she said, like, it doesn't matter that Meryl's dead. Crazier things have happened in Fast and the Furious. If they can have 10 movies, one of which is in space, we can do the same. So I
Sure.
fully agree, Amanda. Thank you for that. But she also said she will not apologize for the negative things she said about Charlie Kirk in the past. So I love Amanda on press tour. And what's cool to see is she's on the press tour with Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah. Which I also think that she is the person who finally sat Sydney Sweeney down and was like, listen, baby girl, you got to talk about American Eagle. You got to talk about these things, because only recently has Sydney Sweeney started talking out about that. And I feel like Amanda is in her ear like, hey, so I don't want our movie to tank.
Or I mean, it's probably that, but then also, like, if we're gonna be on press tour together and they're gonna like Cynthia and Ariana us, obviously not to that extent, but if we're gonna like always be in the same interviews together, because Amanda is so outspoken
Right.
about politics, they're gonna try to force me to answer questions about you.
Mm-hmm.
So you take care of it first, so then we can just talk about the movie.
My cutie of the week, just to end, I hope that we all feel like we've released, like we've finished that circle jerk. My cutie of the week is Nellie from the original Little House on the Prairie series.
What?
So for whatever reason, I think probably my NSA agent just saw the state of my mental psyche and said, here you go, baby girl, a little something for you. Here's a new thing on your For You page. Because I have found myself on the Little House on the Prairie thirst trap video side of TikTok recently. And I, for no reason the other night, stayed up until about 2:30 in the morning just watching clips of Nellie and her husband absolutely own Nellie's mother. So shout out to her, an original bad bitch. If she was on reality television, she absolutely would be my favorite. And you just got to hand it to her.
What the fuck? Okay.
And with that, cuties, happy 2025. We're going to have the Cuties Choice Awards next week and the following, and then we'll be back in the new year. So I'm glad we ended with Nellie.
Me too. At first I thought you meant Nelly like pimp juice.
Oh, Grills, my theme song in high school
Yeah.
because of my braces.
Oh, all right. We'll talk to you later. Love you like a sister.
Bye. Ugh. Thank you for listening to I Am the Cute One. If you want more, head to patreon.com/IamTheCuteOne for uncut, unedited, and unhinged video and audio footage of current episodes, as well as even more bonus content.
And if you like what you heard, please be sure to leave a 5-star rating and subscribe to our show. And to help us grow this community of chaotic cuties, share an episode with a friend you think would pass the vibe check.
And to see the madness, check out our YouTube channel, where video footage from all current episodes are posted weekly.
You can follow me at Real Donnywood on Instagram and all other social media platforms.
And if you want more of my personal brand of chaos, check me out at Oh No Chels.
Talk to you later. Love you like a sister.